How are you?
I'm doing excellent, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
It's been probably a long one, too, for you.
Yeah, well, the conventions are very intense as a fan, and they're another level of intense when you're organizing it.
Yes, yes.
It's like a huge feat, right? You know, there's 1 million people that come out for this, right?
Oh my God, this is only year 2 for me, so I'm now starting to kind of understand the severity of Comic-Con a little bit. I didn't last year because of the last year I couldn't because of the strikes, but then this year it's like
we were here last year because our show is a universe. So we're here because this is the place for pop culture and where you can find people who get science fiction, not just the simplified science fiction that you get on TV shows, but more people who know about literary science fiction that's more deep and thoughtful. For example, our first 2-hour movie called Redemption is about an android who achieves religious consciousness and starts a revolution to free the artificial intelligence robots from their enslavement to the humans. And that's a pretty far out concept.
It's a little bit out of reach, but yeah.
Well, you know, AI is gradually starting to replace people.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's the topic is becoming more timely as technology marches on.
I was going to say, as technology evolves, this is where we're probably going to be landing. And what brings you out to Comic-Con this year? Like, what are we celebrating this year?
Well, this year we're doing the second episode, which is called Forgiveness. And the first one is more based on planets, and this one called Forgiveness is more in outer space. And the first one was more of a dramatic evolution and revolution.
Okay.
Well, this is more like a straight fun horror show.
Very simplified, but also, yes. Now, I think I heard correctly. Is this more on the independent spectrum of this, or?
Oh, yes. Well, what's happened with Space Command is that we had ideas for stories that we had wanted to get done. And Mark had actually tried, at least to some extent, to get people in the studios interested.
Yeah.
And then crowdfunding happened.
Okay.
And it was possible to just do it. Just make it happen with a crowd of people who wanted to see it. And that was revolutionary. Now it's commonplace. So instead of trying to explain this subtle concept and all of its grandiose ambitions, we have a 200-year story arc.
Okay.
So it's about families, and you know, the child grows up and they're trying to follow in their father's footsteps, and they're trying to get as far away from them as possible. You know, the family dynamics spread out over generations, and we follow these people who just happen to be at the most important events in human history.
Yeah.
Because why should we follow anybody else except the most interesting people? Yes, exactly. And so our first movie is already available on Prime. You can
Prime, okay.
And on Tubi and other places. So Space Command, and the first movie, it's a 2-hour movie, and I did the music for it with a full symphony orchestra, a chorus, an electric band, every kind of music to build a universe with unique sounds. And that episode had its sonic signature. This episode is set in a different kind of place, and we have our favorite characters that come back.
Yeah.
But we also have new characters.
We have new people. Yeah.
So we have themes that carry over so you can follow it, because that's one of the magic things of music, is that you can understand and follow people without having to explain who they are and what's going on.
Yeah.
So you can introduce a character and have a little theme for them. And then when that character comes back, that theme comes back, and it helps you remember, oh, that's just that character, and that's how they think, and that's how they feel. And this all happens unconscious, subliminal, and you just kind of absorb it. And it's especially useful if, like, you're dealing with aliens. It's like, which alien is that? Is that the good alien or the bad alien? And the music can tell you right away who you're looking at, so it makes it clear, and you can just be in the world, because that's the most fun part of being, especially in science fiction, is you get to be in a new universe, and that becomes your universe.
I was going to say, that becomes yours. That becomes yours.
Yeah, right. I mean, the cosplaying here is astounding, because people really become those characters.
Yeah, it do. And I was watching some of it today even. There's like this big mechanical Deadpool that's like going down the street, and I'm going, how did you design this? Because it's just so in depth. But that was probably that and the Sentinel from X-Men. They had this big Sentinel that was just moved by remote control as well. And I'm just sitting there going, because it was this tall, not even a joke. Like, it literally was taller, I would say maybe a few feet shorter than the ceiling, but it was like...
Oh, yeah. You'll see fan-made costumes or vehicles that are bigger than the ones that they did for the actual movie.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll have characters walking around the street that are 8, 10, 12 feet tall.
Seriously. But in all seriousness, I'm very impressed by it. Like, I don't know if I ever would have the ability to do that, but seeing all of these people here putting that into their craft and being a part of this and cosplaying and showing their love and support for these characters in these movies and everything else, it just shows how much they love what you guys do. And that's a true testament to what you're doing and with this, and getting the chance to talk about. Did you wrapping up? Did you have the panel? Did you have a panel about this already for Space Command?
Well, we've had our panel. That was this morning.
That you had it this morning. I wanted to make sure.
We can give you clips from that, so you guys at home can, or wherever you're watching this, can see some of the panel. And we also have clips from the upcoming show, teaser clips.
Okay,
we can't
good.
give you the whole thing, because it's not done, but but you can see what we're up to.
Perfect. I'm glad I asked that, because I definitely want to make sure we get those, and I appreciate you stopping by and talking with me today.
It's mutual. Have a wonderful holiday.
Absolutely.